Hello everyone, welcome back to Healthy and Tasty Recipes. Today I'm going to show you a very healthy and versatile basil pesto recipe. It's very quick and it requires very few ingredients. So let's get started. For this recipe we need some fresh basil leaves. I have taken organic basil leaves here which I have washed and dried thoroughly. Make sure to wash basil leaves before using them in any recipe. I have also taken some garlic cloves here, about 6-7 as per your choice, about 1/3 cup of walnuts, some lemon juice, extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil is the main ingredient in this recipe. I'm also going to add some nutritional yeast and some hemp seeds to my recipe, and some salt and pepper. So let's get started. To begin with, we are going to chop all the basil leaves in a food processor. I have a very mini food processor here which I specifically use to make pesto. It's very handy and convenient. So I'm going to chop all my basil leaves first. At this point I'm going to add some more basil leaves here and chop all my basil leaves. Since my food processor is small, I cannot fit all the basil leaves at once, so I'm just chopping them in parts. I'm adding garlic at this moment along with walnuts. Walnut quantity is totally up to you. You can add more or less. I sometimes add cashew nuts along with walnuts, but I don't have cashews today, so I'm skipping it. Add little bit of salt. Don't add too much salt because we are going to add nutritional yeast, which will be salty too. I'm adding some hemp seeds, about 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds, and almost about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Again, nutritional yeast quantity you can add more or less, up to you. And if you don't have hemp seeds, you can skip it. But nutritional yeast is the main ingredient in this recipe because we are not adding any cheese to this recipe, which is usually added. I added some black pepper for taste, and while running my food processor, I'm adding some olive oil. Olive oil quantity you have to be careful. Don't add too much at once. Add little by little, because once the pesto is done, we are going to add a little bit on top of the pesto. So make sure you are careful when you are adding the olive oil. Now we are going to run the food processor again and combine everything. We don't want to make it like a fine paste. We just want to make sure everything is well combined. Now I'm going to add some lemon juice to this pesto. Lemon juice will actually prevent this pesto from going black, and it will keep it fresh for longer time. We are going to mix it just one more time and our pesto is totally ready. You can add this pesto to hot boiled pasta and just eat it like that, or you can add it on toast or many other recipes. So what I like to do is I like to store this pesto in a glass container like this, or small glass bottles like this. You can store the pesto in refrigerator for up to a week, but if you want to store it for longer time, you can keep it in the freezer and it will keep the pesto nice and fresh for up to a month or 2. I'm going to take out my pesto in glass jars, and then I'm going to show you one trick which will help you keep your pesto green for longer. Just drizzle some olive oil on top of your pesto. The top layer of the pesto should be covered with little bit of olive oil. We are not adding too much. Usually the authentic pesto is made with good amount of olive oil, but I like to keep it in moderation because after all it is a fat. So I just drizzled a little bit of olive oil on top of the pesto and it will stay nice and green for a longer time. Now I'm going to add this pesto, a good amount of pesto, to my whole grain or whole wheat bread, and I'll top it with avocado. My son likes to eat it with egg omelette, so he likes his toast with pesto and egg omelette. That's his breakfast, and I'm actually happy because it's quite healthy and filling. So you can also try this at home with your kids and see if they like it. So this is my son's breakfast ready, and for me and my husband, I like to add some avocados along with some mustard sauce, tomato ketchup, and I sprinkle some hemp seeds on it, and that's how we like to eat it. Even though we consume very little amount of this pesto, it still has a lot of health benefits. Extra virgin olive oil is a good source of antioxidants and unsaturated fat, which is heart healthy. nutritional yeast that we have used in this recipe in place of cheese. It has lots of B vitamins and a good source of amino acid for our body. I really hope you guys like this recipe and you will try it at home. Do let me know through your comments if you have any questions, and please like and subscribe to my channel for more healthy and tasty recipes in future. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you next time.